Hi there, welcome to another edition of the CEO's blog. I'm Amanda Rando, standing with Harness Racing New South Wales boss John Dumsey. John, welcome.
My pleasure, as always.
And look, usually we shoot the blog in your office, but we're not in your office today.
No, not today. We're off-site. The Harness Racing Australia Chief Executives meeting's on today, so we're in Sydney, of course, because New South Wales is the centre of harness racing. As far as we're concerned anyway. So we're here today and we've got, I think, some really good topics today.
All right, any topics that you can reveal?
Yes, on the council, on the Harness Racing Australia Executive meeting, we've got things such as handicapping, a new rating system that has been worked on for nearly 2 years now. So I think that'll be a fair bit of debate on that.
Okay, all right, we'll leave that there. Well, we're in Sydney today, but we weren't in Sydney on Monday. We're at Schara for the Tab Carnival of Cups, and what a meeting, John. Oh,
a fantastic meeting. It's a great way to celebrate what harness racing is, and it's a really fantastic way of opening up the Carnival of Cups. And to Jodie and Colin and all the people, all the committee and helpers out there, the volunteers at Schara, well done, because it was outstanding.
Yeah, and they also kicked off the Mini Trot Carnival of Cups Carnival as well. Yeah,
focus this year on the Mini Trots. They are the start of our industry. That's our really grassroots for participants coming through, and the New South Wales Mini Trot Association, they're really behind it. The executive there are pushing the Mini Trots at the Carnival of Cups. So yeah, it was a great start. Some of those, the littlest of children, little Ava, I think she's very small. Well, she is very small, but I don't know how old she is. But 5. Well, she's a little girl, but she'll be our future. And of course, there's another young guy. I'm going to tip him to be big sometime in the future, and that's Jet Turnbull.
Yes, he's a flashy little driver, Jet. One driver that went through the mini trot ranks is Molly Turton, and she landed her first winner at Wagga just last week. Yeah,
and congratulations. A lovely young lady. Yes, first winner. I think the horse was Spooky Dreams, so well done, Molly. Many more wins in store for her too.
Yes, and I think that was her 43rd drive, but also at that meeting at Wagga were heats of the Indigenous Driver Series.
Yes, we're talking about Spooky Dreams and what's in front of everybody, but yes, the first round, Jimmy Brown, a great winner, Jimmy. Yeah, fell foul of the stewards there, but not to worry. And Jesse Pryor. Now they move on to, I think it's Maitland next, not Newcastle, and then on to Parks. And then, of course, on the 28th of October, we have the JC Caffin Plate at Tabcorp Park Menangle. So a great series, very competitive. I know of a couple of drivers who were complaining they didn't get a drive at Wagga, but they get their chance at either of the other two meetings, or both.
Okay, all right. Let's move on and talk about the reward series.
Starting to really pick up now. We've had some teething problems with it, in fact, with people knowing exactly who could be in it, but it's for Australian bred horses, first and foremost, New South Wales bred Australian bred horses, and well, what have we got? We've got 2 heats, I think, at the Riverina. Been really strong in the Riverina. The trainers in the Riverina, the participants down there have really come behind the reward series. They really love the fact it's Australian bred, New South Wales bred, Australian bred, and we've got 2 heats at Newcastle. The board will look at those conditions at their board meeting next week and see whether we can tinker with something to make it more, well, not easy to get into, but you know, it's a new series, so maybe the conditions need to be tweaked a little bit further.
Okay, all right, moving on. Now we're standing outside and behind us it's raining, which doesn't really help the next topic, but let's talk about Drought Assistance and how that's going here in New South Wales.
Yeah, starting to pick up, and I strongly urge all participants to go to our website, have a look what's available there. We've got the Mayor's Transport Scheme, and we've got the feed, the transport component of the feed assistance also. So go to our website, have a look what you can can receive there and go ahead with it. But hopefully this rain, it's forecast to be statewide. It won't break the drought, but it'll certainly help us a little bit. But once again, participants, there is a bit of paperwork to be completed, but we need to do that. We need to track these things. But if there's anything that's particularly worrying participants, they certainly can contact the office, or if they feel they need to, they can contact me.
Okay, well there you have it. Contact John if you need to. Let's talk about the awards night. It's coming up October 27.
Yeah, and we're starting to roll out the nominees for the horse categories, the club categories, the special categories like the hobbyist trainer and driver and the Indigenous trainer and driver, which is new this year, of course. So I strongly recommend people contact the office to get tickets to the awards night. Limited number this year, but it's always a great night. And as I say always, we should celebrate the successes of the season gone as we go into the next season.
Yeah, well, we had a lot of highlights last season. All right, John, one more thing I want to talk about in this edition with you, we'll ask you for this CEO's blog, is the passing of Ron Truer. Yeah,
Ronnie Truer, it came as a shock to many. Not a lot of publicity around this. The family wanted to keep it pretty much to themselves. But Ron Truer, 95 years of age, so he certainly had a long life, but he certainly was a very, very big contributor to harness racing. Primarily with the Bankstown Club, he with his brother Bill and brother Max. Bill's passed, but Max is still with us. But with the New South Wales Harness Racing Club at Harold Park, these guys, the Truer family, and that's why we have the Truer Memorial at Bankstown, really strong contributors in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and right through till today. So our condolences to the family, but a stalwart of the industry sadly lost to us.
Yeah, well, fittingly, the Canola Cup was held on Monday, and I think Ron owned the first Canola Cup winner. I think, from memory, don't quote me, I think it was Pocket Vance.
Yes, it was, but he owned a couple more too. So Burlingame was one I can recall, but the Truer family and to Ron, as I say, a loss to the industry.
All right, John, is there anything else you'd like to add to this edition?
No, but we'll have more next week.
All right, stay tuned. Thanks for joining.